Hi, this is Joan again with another review. For the sake of this video, we'll be discussing the CBS television series Joan of Arcadia, which aired from 2003 to 2005 on CBS for unfortunately only 2 seasons. And there was another CBS show recently. I think it just got canceled in 2020, which totally ripped off the Joan of Arcadia premise. Joan of Arcadia stars Amber Tamblyn, who didn't even get top billing, I might add, which we're going into in a second. The people who did get top billing on Joan of Arcadia was Joe Mantegna, who plays Will Girardi, and his wife, his on-screen wife, played by Mary Steenburgen, played Helen Girardi. Those two got the top billing, and Amber Tamblyn, who actually played the title character Joan, she got third billing. I mean, come on. The show is named after her. She should have gotten top billing, but she did. She got third billing because naturally she was I think it was 20 or 21 years old when the show started. She was a young kid, and so the only claim to fame that she had was that her father was Russ Tamblyn, who starred in the movie, who played Riff in the movie version of West Side Story back 40 years earlier. Over 42 years earlier, in the movie version of West Side Story. So that's who plays, Joan of Arcadia. And of course, also John Ritter's son, Jason Ritter, plays one of Joan's brothers on the show. And of course, this television series was pretty damn good. But the problem was that even though it got high praise, by the critics, and I watched it, and every week that was on. The problem was ratings. It didn't get the high ratings, and that's a shame because this was really one of the best shows on television, and the subject matter that it had on. But the premise of Joan of Arcadia is the Girardi family moved from Chicago or wherever the hell town they moved in to the fictional town of Arcadia. And Joe Mantegna has been named police chief of this town. And the daughter, Joan, who was the only daughter, they had 2 sons, one daughter. The oldest son, Jason Ritter's character, was severely injured in a car accident and is now disabled. And he's disabled for the rest of the series. And Joan is a typical high school teenager, and all of a sudden she starts seeing God. It's like God contacts her, and he shows up as different people. So you don't know if it's actually God or not until when he starts talking to Joan. He says, "How you doing today, Joan? Hey Joan, I want you to get a job." And, he would do that type of thing for the whole 2 years of the series. And he says, "I want you," and occasionally the same characters that they were supposed to be God before comes back occasionally throughout the series. So you see, it's that old lady, that's God again, or the guy with the spiked hairdo and the makeup and stuff. That's God again. So you won't be surprised. They brought back some actors to play God in the series, and he will give Joan an assignment to them. Like one assignment, she has to build a bow. Another time she joins the debate team, and another time she does a mock trial. She does all kinds of things, doesn't God's order, and God's suggestions, really. And her family thinks that she was nuts. Her friends in school thought she was nuts. Even her brother thought she was nuts, because she's doing all these crazy things. And of course, at the end of the first season, where the show might be canceled, at the end of the first season, they roll it in that she had Lyme disease, and the disease affected her mind. So she's imagining that she's seeing God, it's really part of a disease. And so that's how the first season really ended on that. And then miraculously it got picked up for a second season, and realized that that was a part of her disease, seeing God and doing all these great things that she did during the first season. So she did all that, and she became friends with a girl when she was in a hospital recovering from a Lyme disease, who eventually gets killed in the second season. And so for a few episodes, they're trying to figure out who did it, and the one who did it gets killed, gets bumped off. I'm not gonna say what happens, but then you have these other characters where Joan's boyfriend has sex with another girl, and Joan breaks it up with him because he had never had sex with another girl. And of course, at the end of season 2, it implies that the devil, there's another guy who knows who God is, and who, that this guy sees God as well as Joan does. And it's implied at the end of season 2 that that's the devil. And we know it doesn't exactly come out and say it, but it's definitely implied that this guy had dealings with God, and it is the devil. It's definitely implied that this guy was the devil, and it will be interesting if they will continue that subplot into season 3. It kind of left on a cliffhanger. Season 2 did, but unfortunately, the problem is that Joan of Arcadia didn't get picked up for a third season, which is a shame. And what was a bigger shame was that Emma Tamlin, who was nominated for 2 years in a row for an Emmy for her performance as Joan of Arcadia, didn't get recognized, didn't get at least one Emmy for her role as Joan. I thought she was totally great. I thought the show was terrific. I mean, I can't praise the show enough. This show was that good. Now, earlier at the top of this review, I mentioned there was a current CBS show that ripped off the premise of Joan of Arcadia, and that is the show God Friended Me. As soon as I heard the premise of that show, I said that is a rip-off of Joan of Arcadia, which it is. And thankfully, I believe, like I said earlier, I believe it just got canceled. Thank God, because I think that show is just. I didn't watch it because I thought it was just a rip-off of Joan of Arcadia. So I'm trying to do a little fixing with my beard here. And I thought that was a complete and total rip-off of Joan of Arcadia. And Joan of Arcadia is a much better show. And I'd rather look at Emma Tamlin than the guy who was in the show. God Friended Me, and it's a total rip-off of Joan of Arcadia. Let's watch Joan of Arcadia, which is on Start TV. If you haven't picked up on your cable system or something, DVR it, watch the show, and you see how good that show really, truly is. That's my review of the show Joan of Arcadia. Please click on the video, please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel, and link this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at rallyc.com, so on WDY, and c.com, so homepage of Rally Reviewer, Chris Lee Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.